Okay, what's going on, everybody? Glad to see y'all back. Josh Weinstein coming at you with the one and only ghostly figure, Mr. Peyton, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, because you still haven't learned how to say my last name.
My little ghostly friend. And today we have with us a very special guest. She's a great friend of mine and Peyton, too. Sorry to exclude you out of that. She is from season 20 of America's Next Top Model. She's a model, she's an actress, she's the social media icon. She's doing it all. Miss Renee Bhagwandeen is with us today.
Yay!
All right. So, Renee, for our millions of listeners right now, why don't you explain who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Renee Bhagwandeen, at Renee Big Time on Instagram. Like Josh says, I am a model full time. I'm starting to be an actress and I'm an influencer. I also just graduated from branding and digital marketing school, and I am working on opening a business to help people brand their own businesses and themselves.
Awesome. I know you've been doing a lot of things lately, and you just can. I don't know if we can talk about it, but you just booked a movie role.
I did.
Okay. I don't know if we can talk about it yet. I'd want to get into the modeling side of things, but I just wanted to touch on this. Can we talk about the movie gig?
We can. I can't give too much details, but yes, we can.
Okay. So, what can we know about the feature?
Well, it is my first time ever acting, and it's my first time booking a featured film lead. So look out for that. I'll tell you a lot more information soon coming, but it's a horror film, and
Ooh.
I can kick some ass.
Okay. So, you make it through quite the way, like the whole movie. I mean, do you get killed? Can we not talk about it?
Obviously, you can't talk about that part,
Let's talk
Josh.
about
That's the whole
that.
movie.
We can't talk about.
Sometimes I play a horror movie in my head where I kill Peyton, and I do this quite often. It's like, it's not a nightmare because I'm not scared. It's like more of like a dream.
Yeah.
Do you do your own stunts, Josh? Can you do your own stunts?
I can 100% do my own stunt. Like we've mentioned on this show before, I am a phenomenal athlete. That is a true story. That's a true story.
Yeah. My horror film is just, it starts out with me wishing and hoping that I'm never going to get a call from Josh Weinstein, but it never, ever happens. So I literally live a real life nightmare almost every day of my real life.
Don't let him fool you. We just signed our prenup and we are married.
TMZ's going to love that.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that we got to get you. I know you've been super busy, and I know that we caught you. You're actually at your agency right now, and
I should probably just interrupt and go here because Renee and I actually had a full conversation before you decided that you were actually going to come to the scheduled live stream.
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I apologize for my tardiness, but I was dealing with a lot of like just he said, because there's no she's that were in the conversation, but he said, and I had to smooth out a situation that was going south. So glad to say it's all handled. Everybody's friends, and we're moving forward. Sorry for my tardiness. So go ahead, Peyton, take it away.
Yeah. So on that note, Renee, we were chatting about Swim Week in Miami, which is coming up soon, and I don't, a lot of people come and audition for us and they're like, well, I don't know if I'm a fit for this and I don't know if I'm a fit for that and blah, blah, blah. But, there's work out there. And when we were talking about Miami Swim Week, like it's a completely different look than what you would typically look for like a typical runway show, which we can talk about that in a second. But anyway, tell us what you're doing. You're shooting, what did you call it again? Your swim package with your agency?
So I'm with Elite Models here in Miami. It's about to be Swim Week. This year, they're doing Swim Week a few months earlier to get ahead of summer because usually it's in July. So what my agency or most agencies do here in Miami is that they'll take the girls that are in the swim package or are doing swim week, and they'll do a photo shoot with most of us, and they'll send out our pictures that they have that are kind of branded towards like the agency. They'll send out the package to all the swim designers. Some of the designers don't live here in Miami, so they'll get to see us and our walks and our slates and all that stuff that we teach in our classes, beforehand. So they get a whole package of all the girls that are going to be a part of it, and they can pre-pick who they want. The big part about this is that swim week is also open to a lot of non-signed girls, which is a great thing, but not so good because it's so many girls and guys that are coming to these castings. There's like, I've been to a casting once where it's like over hundreds of thousands of people there. And even like the swim designers are overwhelmed. So to get in front of that, we tried the agencies, they'll have pre-selected models. So you'll get like a bracelet sometimes at the casting so you can skip the line a lot. And it's so hot here, so freaking hot. It's like literally like 95 degrees during swim week that you want to be a part of that. So it's really good to have an agency to like kind of navigate you through swim week. Because it's
so you basically get a fast pass. You get a fast pass.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. I don't go to Disney without the fast pass.
Yeah, you can't like swim week too. Like, I mean, I've done swim week for a long time, and I won't go to any castings that I'm not pre-selected for because I just feel like it's just going to take me like a whole day, and then you miss out on all the other castings that you should be at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, how long have you been modeling? Like how many years have you been at this?
I've been modeling since I was 18 years old. So that's about a little bit over 10 years now. I'm 34 years old, and I thought that modeling would slow down at my age, but I'm starting to see that modeling, it has changed for me, but it's getting so much better, and I'm learning so much more because when I first started, I thought fashion was it. But now I'm learning that commercial is where you make that money.
Right. That's what we've heard. That commercial pays the most. Like commercial print pays the best.
Yeah, especially with usage, you can get into SAG jobs, and that's kind of how you get, like, if you want to dip your foot into modeling into acting as a model, that's how you kind of get, a little bridge into there because SAG jobs are my favorite.
All right. Well, good. I wish you luck in Miami Swim Week.
Thank you.
So tell us about your journey with modeling on the show, America's Next Top Model. How was your experience on the show? I mean, just give us the ups and downs.
Okay. The first thing is, to everybody that would like to be a model and they feel like they've tried it and it's not working out, don't give up, because the day that I gave up modeling, I thought I was not working anymore. I couldn't afford to stay in my apartment in New York anymore. I got a call from my agent when I was on my way to the airport going back home to my failed career. He told me go to this last casting, and I went to the casting, and it just so happened to be America's Next Top Model. And I feel like it changed my life, not because it made me rich and famous, but because it just gave me a lot more hope for the future. It was just another platform, which there are so many. This was just a platform for me to spread my wings and to just be me. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just modeling where I went and I was representing just a client. I was able to go on there and be myself. So that was fun. I had to learn that. There was growing pains with that. I had to learn that gradually, but I never really had a medium where I was able to just be Renee. And I mean, I was portrayed more of like the loud, crazy, mean girl. But, I was able to be a lot more of me than I was ever able to be. So that was just one of the opportunities that I will never change for the freaking world, because it was just like a platform that I was going to be me.
Yeah. And you found love on the show, I think. No, you didn't find love, or you did, or
yeah, I fell in love with Tyra. Thanks for that,
Everybody's gonna be like going back and watching whatever he's talking about.
No, but how was Tyra like meeting her and just kind of being around her like on the show? What was her vibe?
I was such a big freaking Tyra Banks like fan. So from the first time that I like saw her on the show from season 1. I'm like one of those people that's watched the show religiously every single cycle. I even had like, this is also a big thing about like dream boards and stuff. When I got in trouble a lot, which I did because I was a loud, crazy kid, I put a book together. I put a book together of all the magazine covers and all the magazine, you know, like editorials and stuff that I wanted to be in. I actually put a picture of Eva. I don't know if you guys remember Eva Marcel. Eva.
The Eva I know is Eva. I was thinking like Eva Mendes. I mean, is she?
She's way more pretty than that for sure.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look it up. I will look it up.
Marcel. Oh my God.
Okay.
Picture this with like a tarantula on her hand, and I put in my dream board, and lo and behold, all of those things that I put on my dream binder came true. So meeting Tyra, I was like, the first thing she's ever said to me, and I will never forget ever, was, "Can you tell that girl that her tag is showing on her babies?"
That sounds like something Peyton would say, actually.
Yeah. I mean, so helpful. Like, she helped me from day one. And I mean, she wasn't like my biggest fan on the show, but I think she was kind of hard on me because she knows how hard it was, especially for being a Black model in this industry. And I know like it's getting a lot easier now, but I know in her time it was wild. So
yeah,
being able to like be around someone that paved the way for me to be able to like live my dreams was like fucking freaking amazing. She was really cool.
That's cool. So Peyton, what else were you guys talking about when I was party today? Like, tell me what, because I missed a lot, and I apologize.
Well, we talked about quite a bit, including about how iguanas are literally falling out of trees right now in Florida because it's basically winter there, even though it's summer. I don't know.
What do you mean they're falling out of trees? Do they die?
It's cold. Every time the weather gets a little chilly, the iguanas fall out the tree, and now it's raining all week. So like they're just floating around with the cars that are floating around. You see like Maserati.
Are they dead?
I thought they were dead.
Well, see, this is a little debate that Renee and I have going right now. She thinks that they're dying, but I think that because they're reptiles and they're cold-blooded, they're just not moving as fast and they just like fall over. And if you like leave them alone for a minute, they'll probably come back. But
I don't think they're getting left.
We're gonna table the results for that for another.
They're getting ran over
right now. But
yeah, I heard that it's raining a lot in Miami right now, and it's actually like scheduled to rain like a couple more weeks from what I was looking at, like the weather report.
Clearly Renee didn't know that.
Oh no, yeah, I was actually looking at the weather report because we're planning a trip to Florida, not Miami, but yeah, we're gonna be in Florida in May, I believe. Peyton and I, we're going to a financial conference.
Oh, cool! Step by
step. Yeah, well, we attend this financial conference. It's called Rebel Capitalist Live. My friend George owns it. And cool. I go because he's my friend, and Peyton goes and actually listens to all the stuff that's going on. So, and then he kind of like tells me what's going on.
Well, Peyton's always very attentive. So that's good. Good for you, Peyton. Good for you.
I do my best. Anyway, I did have like an on-topic question still. Yeah, so let's talk about, we talked about another little moment. So, you know, we talked about Miami Swim Week. We talked about how, you know, the agencies send out their packages to try to get you guys, you know, in line to see the designers beforehand. But then you also mentioned that something that's happening a lot now is some of these designers are bringing their own models from LA or whatever market, and it's based on kind of like their follower count. So talk about that a little bit. And then talk about, you know, how social media is becoming such a big deal in, you know, the fashion world these days.
Yeah, well, Peyton, when I first started, social media was not even a thing. And right now, if you don't have a social media, it's such a disservice to yourself. I know a lot of people don't like it because they want to just be all about just the talent. But it's also, in my opinion, because I am an influencer from my experience, it's also giving the client an inkling that you are a person that can bring in an audience. And in order for you to be a good model in today's age, you have to command an audience and have some influence, and not just in the influencer kind of way. And if you have a good following, a strong, real following, it's going to tell the client, like, this girl is not just coming as herself empty-handed. She's coming with a whole gang of people that are supporting her, and it's going to support my business as a client. So, you know, I know there's like a lot of different ways to look at that, but like being an influencer and representing yourself in a particular light really, really helps you to win.
Yeah. So how long have you been with Elite?
I've been with Elite since 2020.
Okay.
I was with Next for my whole career pretty much. And I guess I wanted to like try something new as an adult, you know, now, like sometimes when you're with an agency for a really, really long time, they only know you as one thing. So I just kind of wanted to branch out and be a little bit different, you know?
So like within the agency, are they doing anything like internally to kind of give you guys tips on your social media or anything like that? Or is that like a conversation that ever happens, you know, with your agent, or is it more something that you just worry about on your own?
Well, there's different parts to that. So I'm also signed in Chicago with an agency called 10 Management. I feel like they're the best in Chicago right now because they do that. Elite, they do have a lot of supers, and they have a lot of girls that have different divisions. So if you're in an influencer division, they do give you a little bit of advice, but they're not predominantly an influencer type of service. But at 10, they send out like monthly or weekly or however much that you need guidance on like building your brand. You know, they help you put like, you know, the agents, like, you know how sometimes the clients will reach out to you on Instagram, you don't know what to say. You're able to put one of our agents' email address in your Instagram so that they can deal with that for you and help you negotiate like different prices and stuff if they want to like use you as an influencer. They also teach you how to grow. They do different workshops, but it just depends on what kind of agency. So, and what kind of model you are, because not every model is an influencer.
Right.
And a lot of the Elite girls are a lot more grown as influencers, and they've done this for so long, and they have their own team already. So at 10, when there's like more of a growing influencer fan base, they help you grow. They help grow with you. So I get more of that with 10.
Right.
I could use a little help. I have these brands reaching out to me, GQ's reaching out to me for like top, you know, sexiest men. You know, I really need some help, kind of like wean
I can help
off.
you, Josh. That might be a scam.
I agree, Renee. It is 150% a scam.
How dare you, Renee? How dare you? You're getting back to me. You're getting back at me for my love comments, aren't you? Let's dive into that. Just kidding. I'm just playing. No, awesome. So you know kind of what we do over at Preview Models. It's been a journey, and you know, you've been along the ride with us and mentoring, you know, new and upcoming models as well. You have a lot of people that look up to you. How important would you say, you know, that like looking at your career now and, you know, knowing that kind of what we offer, is it something that you think would help you starting out when you got into modeling, like going through something like that, learning from top models, being a part of this big runway show? I mean, what are your thoughts about that?
I think that I wish I had something like this when I first started, because I had no one and nobody at all to kind of guide me in the right direction. My family didn't really know much about this business. My friends didn't either, and I didn't know where to start. So I had a lot of growing pains, like, you know, scams, all these different like people trying to tell you what to do who didn't know what to do. So it's great that you have people that have been there, done that, and is actually, you know, excited about helping people to walk that same walk, because this is like a hard business to jump into for sure. And I wish I would have had that when I first started, because it's tough out there. It's still tough here. You know what I mean? And it's like, even now when I'm, you know, in the industry and doing, you know, working and stuff, it's really nice to have people like you guys. Like, let's say I have something to do in LA or something to do in a different country like Paris, like I have connections there because you guys are there. So it's really, really nice to have a really, a close-knit support group that has your best interests at hand, because not everybody does.
Yeah, I agree with you. We are forever family now, Renee. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
We're still working on Peyton. We're still wondering if he's going to be a part of the club or not, but
I have my own club, and it has a lot more exclusive of a criteria.
It's a club of one. It's a club of one. Don't try and talk.
It has a very exclusive criteria.
It's a club of one plus all his birds. That's it. It's just him and his birds, and basically he talks to his birds, and they're like chirping at him, and he's like, "I know,
I have birds too, Josh."
Oh yeah, I know. That's right.
Everything's
just bird friends.
This is just backfiring. Not working in Josh's favor.
I don't even know why I'm here.
One thing that you mentioned. Hey,
now that he's gone.
Just kidding.
Now that Josh is gone. So, one thing that you mentioned earlier when you were talking about you being on America's Next Top Model is that it was a platform for you. And one thing that, at least I always say when we're talking to new people who are considering working with preview models is, it's one of many platforms out there. And of course, there's no one way to do it. But that's the whole way that's the way that I like to look at preview models, is that it is a platform that, you could use to kind of kickstart your career a little bit if you're interested in this, crazy world of entertainment. So I like that you use that word.
And you also meet, like I saw the other day when I was doing a class with you guys, I saw a lot of the models that were there. They were networking with each other, because one person can be a photographer, one's a stylist, as well as being a model. So starting off in his business doesn't necessarily mean working with GQ right off the bat. It can mean that, but it can also mean practicing with your friends that are in the same business in a good way.
For sure. The network that comes along with it, I mean, it has been growing. People that live in LA and New York and even Miami. I mean, it's kind of spreading, it's kind of coming from, the community, and it's evolving, and it's been an exciting journey. And I'm so thankful that, I've met all of you guys through this journey. I mean, it's just, you guys are so valuable, to everything that we're doing. And I feel like, it's not one person that's, doing it. It's like this whole community that's kind of coming together and making everything happen for these models, for the talent. It's been a fun ride for sure.
It's a support system, definitely.
Hopefully it's going to be televised here very soon, and hopefully you'll join our show.
I'll think about it. I'll have my people call your people.
Yeah, exactly. Josh doesn't have any people yet, so you can just send it over to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm just getting it today. Okay. So what, I know that you're doing the feature film. You have a lot going on all the time. Let's talk about your business. What's going on business-wise with you? Entrepreneurial spirits. Let's hear it.
Okay, so one thing that I've really learned, I think, at the start of the whole Instagram craze, yes, I'm that old, was how to grow your Instagram and how to brand yourself on Instagram and different social media platforms. So just learning that from my agency, one of my agents told me, why don't you do something in that field as well? And then I was like, okay. Then the other day I was doing a hair campaign for a hair brand called Rio Hair. And I was talking to the owner of it about, how not so great his Instagram was. And he hired me to be their brand manager and strategist. So that role has kind of grown a little bit in the past month or so. I'm very new into creative directing for the brand, and, doing a lot of different things like their photo shoots. So if you go to a beauty supply store and you see the ads for Rio Hair, that's me. I was the one that.
Well, congratulations. Look at you stepping up. I like it.
Thank you. So I coordinated all those shoots. So now I was thinking, how can I make this and help, be able to help other people? Because like we were saying before, being an influencer and being able to show a client that you're valuable, not just in person, but also on your network with your social medias, is important to models. So I decided that I wanted to open my own business. It's being launched soon. I'll let you guys know very soon. It's called Models Mafia, which I get the name from a blog that I used to have when I first started modeling. And it was just a bunch of my girlfriends that were also modeling in our war stories that we had. And it kind of grew really fast. And I didn't really believe how quick that grew. And I started not having time to do it anymore. So I was like, I don't want to just lose this name. So I wanted, that name.
That's a great name, actually. Yeah.
Thank you. So it's like a model that's helping you be armed with the proper things that you need to have in the social media business. Because a lot of the times now, like I was telling Peyton earlier, LA's coming to Swim Week. A lot of LA clients are coming to Swim Week with their own influencers because they know that their influencers can command an audience, not just in person, but online as well. So I'm here as Superwoman to help different models and different companies like Rio Hair build the brand. So I'm launching very soon. So if you would like help with your personal brand, I'm your girl.
Awesome. Well, we support Models Mafia for sure. I like that. I like the name and I like the, the story behind it and the message. Yeah, I wish you nothing but success on that journey. And if there's anything that we can do to help, you let us know.
Yeah, send your models over.
There we go. There we go.
We're very interested in if you have any tips on how to decide whether or not like something is a scam or not, like GQ reaching out to Josh on his Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, he just like disappeared. How did that even happen?
I'm sorry, guys.
Damn.
No, I have actually I do have one. Last year someone reached out to me from Sports Illustrated. Australia, and I thought it was real, and they asked if I wanted to. They said that they were looking for models to do their own shoots and send them content for the magazine and for their Instagram. So I went out and I coordinated a whole shoot, did a whole shoot for the Sports Illustrated Instagram, and when I sent them the pictures, they asked me to send them $5,000 to be.
Oh wow.
Pushed up to the editors. So knowing that that's a scam, because the Sports Illustrated, I even told my agent was like, yeah, take the pictures will be great. Even if, it's not just for Sports Illustrated, we can still use it in your book, which I did, but if someone's asking you for $5,000 to be in a magazine, that's a scam, because a magazine should be paying you to be in there. And a brand such as Sports Illustrated wouldn't be reaching out in that way.
Yeah,
not
100%. 100% agree with you, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. That's actually one of the things that we always say. Like, we like to, call out different things in the industry. Like, number one rule in entertainment: never pay an agency for representation. There's local agencies out there that will charge you, $500 or whatever to be on their lookbook and send it around the world. You're gonna be famous.
No, that's not true.
It's not true. Glad that we're catching these and calling them out and bringing awareness to it is really what we need to do. In the industry.
Yeah.
So my next question is how much did GQ offer you, Josh, to get your photos sent straight to the editor?
Well, they were trying to give me like 25 grand, but I was like, well, let me run it by, my team. I got a lot of stuff going on, things are happening.
Did they also ask for your banking info first?
Hello?
Hey, Josh, here's the thing. If GQ is going after you to be the sexiest man in the world, that's an interview about you. That's not going to pay you to be in the magazine. So
yeah.
It's kind of promotion, and it's kind of like an honor,
That should pay for itself.
Oh, I'm back.
I'm sure. I know that that email's coming. Don't worry. We're speaking it into existence.
Oh, well, I know that you're super busy, and we'll let you get back to your day. And I want to say thank you again for really, taking some time with us and just talking, industry, everything that's going on, your experiences and your journeys. Um, Mr. Payton, do you have any last minute questions for the lovely Miss Renee?
Let me just do like a wrap up question. So, Renee,
Well,
you're
I'm gonna
chatting.
have the last word, but
Well, then why are you even offering it
no,
to
I was
me?
just saying like ask the question, but then I'm gonna
Yeah.
still do like a wrap.
Okay. Well, on that note, I don't have any other questions. So, Josh, if you would now like to do the wrap up
No,
question that
you
I
have
was going to
something to
do,
wrap,
that
so
would
go
be
ahead.
great.
Go ahead, please.
Oh my
Please.
gosh, you guys should just get married already. Oh my god.
Like I said, the prenup's been signed. So
Oh,
anyway, that makes no sense because mine is kind of like a final question of, do you have any last words of advice for somebody, wanting to get involved in this crazy industry? And it should end that way, but then you're going to wrap up with something else and then make it not end. So would you like to just say that?
No, go ahead. You can start that, and then I'll do it.
All right, let's see how this goes. So, Renee, obviously we have, a lot of people who are interested in getting involved in this industry. We have some of our clients that are watching this right now. So for people that are just starting their career or needing a little motivation to do it, what final words of advice do you have for someone trying to get into this crazy world of entertainment and fashion?
Okay, I have two things. My motto for all models should always be practice makes permanent. So if you're going to do something, don't go half-assed on it. Always make sure that you're practicing, make sure that your craft is the best ever that you can have, and you're only running your own race. There is nobody that is you. So if you believe that this is for you and this is the reason that you're here on this earth to pursue a career in the modeling industry or in the entertainment industry, don't let anybody tell you no. No matter who it is, the only person that can tell you no is you.
I love it. I love the lovely words of advice from Miss Renee. Thank you for that. Again, thank you for your time. Make sure you guys check out Models Mafia. Make sure you check out Miss Renee on this new feature film that's coming up. We can't release the title just yet, but follow her at Renee Big Time. That's the correct Instagram, right? Let's put the handle right here. Make sure you follow her. And again, Renee, thank you for joining us. We do love having you a part of our family and the journey of what we're creating, and you've helped so many people along the way. And we all appreciate you. So good luck on your swim week. I'm sure you're gonna kill it.
You guys
We
should
love
come
you.
to the show.
What I would love to come to the show. When is it?
Well, it's not one show. It's like a whole week of shows, but I can send y'all some information.
I'm down to go to Miami. I just need an excuse, and that's the excuse. So we're there.
Send us the info and then tell us all the designers that end up selecting you to walk for them, and then we'll be set.
Okay, cool. You guys can scout there. There's
Do you
so
see how I
many
just put that in the universe for you? So
I like it. She's gonna be busy. All right. So that is our time with Miss Renee. Again, thank you again, Renee. We always appreciate you. Love you so much. And that is our time today. We'll see you on the next one.